Well, welcome in everyone to our panel. Everyone who has gotten a rebirth in classic NES Tetris is on the stage here. Every single human being in the entire world. Dog playing Tetris over here on the right, and all of our other game crashers in attendance who have broken the game beyond recognition. First by our local hometown hero here, Blue Scuti, local to Stillwater, right? And Myles and Andy from DFW. All right, yeah, DFW, represent. Okay, so, yeah, we are about, what is it? Math here, almost 10 months, right? Outside of the first game crash back in December-ish, a little bit past that point. Then we are how many months with the rebirth that just happened? Like not even a month yet? 2 weeks, right? This is insane. So, yeah, I want to ask each of you first off, like, what has your experience been since that game crash happened, right? What have you experienced? What changes have happened? What's happening in the world of classic Tetris?
I feel like the first game crash, it brought in a lot of new players. So it's cool seeing a lot of new faces in the community. And I feel like I'm trying to get better. And hopefully Push should be the second to get rebirth. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good accomplishment crashing the game. It's definitely something I've wanted to do ever since I saw Scuti. So it feels good to be one of the only people to have not lost in Tetris. It's kind of cool.
Okay, so like how Game Crash changed, like the scene.
How has the scene changed since you game crashed? What are some of your reflections? What has happened in the past? Like, catch us up, right? I'm a newbie. I don't know. I saw something about the Tetris game crash, and I heard that you're game crashers. Like, yeah, what is happening?
Well, I mean, it was pretty revolutionary whenever Scuti got it, right? Mainly because just the media that was all on it, right? Like, he first person to ever break the game. Like, I actually didn't know about it. Like, whenever I got charcoal, first to get charcoal, I did not know that there was a crash. Like, I literally didn't know. I was just trying to play forever.
Wow.
Like, on my stream, there was like a thing that said gold, play forever. Like, I was actually just trying to go forever.
Wow. Okay. So like the colors started changing into these glitches that had never happened before.
I knew that.
You knew that was gonna happen,
Yeah.
right? And they you were able to practice on those colors, so it wasn't super hard.
I didn't know charcoal though. I will say that I didn't know that was a thing.
Wonderful. Yeah. And then dog.
Yeah, definitely game crash is something that I feel like it gave the community like a new thing to go for in terms of like what, because before it used to be max outs, right? It was like a very select few people had max outs, and those like were like the best of the best.
Maxing out when you get all 9 across the board.
All 9s across the board.
9 doesn't show any higher score.
And that was like the coveted prize back then. And then it's just kind of switched from then, during tapping, it was like you had 1.3. That was kind of the prize at that point. And then rolling came along, and it kind of made score a little obsolete, I feel like, in terms of you got 4 million, it's just kind of like, I don't know, I guess cool, I guess. But whenever Game Crash came along, I feel like that was something that once again, people had a prize to go for, and try to genuinely be one of the select few to have that. So I think that's something that is really important, because there was definitely a point with rolling where it was pretty much just all about competition. And now we've kind of gone back to those, cool single player achievements that, are seen as coveted. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. That's awesome. Yeah, great seeing that transition. And so what is this game crash in 7 seconds? What's the elevator pitch? What happens when this game crashes? You break Tetris.
Honestly, I don't.
Who's the most informed on the stage?
Yeah, I'm not informed at all.
To know the logic behind it, or are you all just
I'm pretty
players?
sure you can just watch the Hydra Dude video on it, but from what I remember, you clear a line and it reads RAM instead of, I don't know, it reads RAM instead of code. I don't know, something like that. Someone in chat can confirm. Is that right? Yeah, something like that, and it crashes the game because you've gone too far.
Wow. Okay. So there's certain triggers within. If you play too far, the developers didn't allow you to keep going. It reads from the wrong memory bus or something, and then
something like that.
Stops working.
Yeah.
Boom, kaput. Right. So this game Crash, the first ever one was a crash dodge. I think that's really fascinating, right? I think that's like nowadays players are now thinking, okay, I'm going to start routing a way around the crash. How long can I survive without crashing, right? And so the very first one is a crash dodge, right? So Scuti, tell us a little bit. What is a crash dodge? What's going on there?
So crash dodging is where you evade the crash almost. So the first thing that can cause a game to crash is when you clear a single going into level 155.
155. Okay, so 155. How many lines a level?
10.
10 lines a level. So how many lines is that you have to clear in Tetris?
Is it 1490?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
1,490 lines cleared on the fastest speed possible in NES Tetris. Okay, that's the first time it'll crash.
Yeah.
Whew. I can barely get like 200 lines on a good day. So, all right, good to know. All right, keep going. And what else happens?
Yeah, so if you miss that, if you clear a double, triple, or a Tetris, then the game just doesn't crash and you keep playing. So there's more places where the game can crash. So you're trying to, if you're trying to crash dodge, you don't want to hit those, and if you are trying to crash, you want to hit those.
So if you're like trying to get your first crash, you just want to crash, right?
Yeah.
Please crash, right? It's like something I've heard some players say before. Yeah. And then after that, okay, well, because I think it's of all the other ones on the stage here, I think you had a crash dodge live as well. Is this correct?
Okay, I
Or
tried
an attempted crash dodge live.
I tried to.
So what? Set the story. What's happening? Where is this? You had another game crash that. So I think it's also pretty fascinating.
Yeah, so it was at the Jonas Cup in Portland, Oregon. So
That was about a month ago.
yeah. I walked up to Reed and I just said, hey, I'm going to play one game and I'm going to try and crash. And he was like, okay, I think you walked off. And then.
How long does it take to play?
40 minutes.
40 minutes. 40
So
minutes of constant play on the fastest levels.
Yeah,
Okay.
he walked off, played some games, and came back, and I had the crash screen. So it's kind of cool.
Were you trying to crash dodge there, or were you trying to go later, or did you just crash it and was like, I'm done. I want to go play DAS now?
I was trying to, but I had messed up my board and just took it. I'd rather not get the crash instead of topping out one line before.
Yeah, the ultimate crash dodge. Crash, failing before you crash. Cool. And then I think we also have this rebirth thing going on. Myles, will you tell us a little bit, what is rebirth?
Yeah, so rebirth is where you go through all the levels in the game and you go back down to level 0. Basically, if you clear 256 levels, the next level you'll go to is level 0, and we call that a rebirth because you're going through all the levels and then back to 0. And that's because the integer is going to overflow back to 0. 256 is the integer limit on the NES. And yeah, it's a pretty coveted achievement because you have to clear way more lines. You have to clear almost more than double the amount of lines for a crash. So it's about an hour and a half of gameplay to get a rebirth, which is through every single level. And there's also tons of glitch colors to deal with, some super dark, some hard to see. And there's one person that's done it, Dog Playing Tetris. He accomplished that about 2 weeks ago on my birthday. So it was pretty cool to see.
Happy birthday. Yeah, what a present. Well, wonderful. Well, Dog, tell us about this rebirth, this grind, forcing the game past all the crashes, right? Tell us all about that. Tell us how you get from level 255 to 256 in rebirth.
Yeah, so I heard that it was Myles' birthday. And so I was like, okay, well, I have to do something, right? But yeah, basically a rebirth is the reason why it's so difficult is just because it has a level, which never happens whenever you try to crash the game because you don't go far enough. Whenever your game crashes, you go to level 155, right? But if you get all the way to level 235 in a rebirth run, then you get an 800 line level where it's just completely dark green. It's hard to see. And in my opinion, that is easily the hardest part of rebirth.
Wait, 800 line? I thought we said 10 lines a level earlier. Now you're telling me there's an 800 line?
Yeah, so for
level?
some reason, there's a glitch. I don't know why. That happens at 235, where instead of the level lasting 10 lines, lasts 800 lines. They just put that in for fun. So I guess you have to do that now. And it's definitely the hardest part of the rebirth run, just because, you've already been playing for 235 levels, and then you get that thrown at you, and it's like, and it's like everything that you just had to do, multiply that by like 10, you know, and you have to do that for 800 lines. And that's the part of the game where like the monotony starts to get to you. You know, you wanna read chat, you wanna go for Tetrises, which I did, and I almost died. So not very smart, but yeah, don't mind if I do. But yeah, definitely those are the elements of Rebirth that make it so difficult. And somehow I was able to get it on that day, Myles' birthday. I'm not really sure how, to be honest. Like it was pretty random because I've only gotten to level 235 once before that. So that was my second time ever even seeing that level. And somehow I was able to course through. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know who's gonna be the next to get Rebirth. Hopefully someone in this room.
Nice.
Maybe someone in this room. Myles has definitely been going for it the most, I would say, out of any player here. I would say he's actually been going for it more than Alex T. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see Rebirth next. Kiri also said he might go for it as well. So that's definitely one to look out for. But yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Andy, all right, Andy. So you when you game crashed, right?
Yeah.
Was this was before CTWC? I'm now a little bit. So
It
CTWC
was
is
quite a bit before CTWC.
it was quite a bit, right? So the Classic Touches World Championship held every year now in Pasadena, California, every June. Yeah. So I think everyone crashed before. Everyone on the
Yeah.
stage here, yeah.
Only 3
And then it
people
was Tristop. Tristop crashed after. Dog.
Oh yeah, no, Dog did not crash.
Oh,
before that,
okay, yeah. So Dog is a newcomer to
I
NES
think.
Tetris
Yeah,
crashes.
theoretical crash.
Oh,
yeah.
theoretical crash. Right, yeah.
Okay.
Add up make believe numbers. So okay, so you crashed before, and then you change into competitive, and now you're tapping. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey this year? What's going on?
Well, a
with
pretty
Andy?
interesting journey, right? So like, I was rolling, and then, I think it might
And
have
what
been.
is rolling, by the way, in case we have folks who
Oh,
don't know what rolling
right,
is?
rolling is like you roll 4 of your fingers into the back of the controller, and then you quick tap with your thumb. So that's what rolling is. And you can just get pieces over like very fast, basically. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you can move the pieces faster than
Yeah.
the game devs probably ever intended.
Yeah,
for them to move,
exactly.
Right.
Mm.
This is why all these things are happening, because of
Yeah.
rolling, right? And that's
Yeah.
why you're able to get the crash. Okay.
Uh,
So you're rolling at the beginning of the year, you get the game crash, you go to CTWC, all roll. What happens next?
Well, I mean, I think it might have just been like the matches. Also, I was streaming a lot because like after Rebirth, there was like everything was on it. You know, everyone wanted to see like Rebirth attempts. So I was streaming a lot, and I got like level 210 or 217 or something. Then after a while, like it just started getting too much. I think it's just like the repeated motion mainly. It's like kind of stressing, and especially I'm already like 19, so I'm kind of getting like, 19, bro. Like, so that also might have been a part of it. But I mean, like my tap set was pretty good against Cole. That was a good set, and I'm looking forward to the DAS tournament as well tomorrow, because the DAS scene has also been growing a bunch. So.
Yeah, for sure. So now you're like taking a break from rolling. Can you
Yeah.
still do it? Is it painful? Is it like
It's not
just
painful. It's just like I might just need to like go to like more like therapy or something. Maybe in like 2025. We'll see it.
Gotcha. So it might return.
Yeah,
Just want to
might
take a
return. Yeah,
break,
yeah.
make sure that everything stays good.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
those
yeah,
hands for a
yeah.
long time, right? And so Myles, you were the 4th to crash on, or no, you were 3rd. What were you 3rd? 6th, 7th,
I was
9th?
6th.
You were 6th. All right,
Yeah.
there's so many now, right? That's we have a good sampling. We have over half, I think, in this room, or we have half. There's 8 now.
Yeah.
Half of the game crashers are in this room right now in Stillwater, Oklahoma. So yeah, Myles, tell us about you, because I think you're interesting because you stream elsewhere than just Twitch and YouTube. You also stream.
I mean, I used to stream on TikTok a little bit, but mostly on Twitch now.
Back
Yeah.
on Twitch,
Yeah.
So you're on TikTok, on YouTube. Tell us about the sort of social interactions that you've been getting online from all the players. Not just, we heard from Andy about the views going up, more people. What are they saying? What are they looking for from the best players in Tetris? Everyone's played Tetris in this room.
I mean, there's
You're the
definitely
best.
been a lot of interest in Tetris now. There's been some pretty popular videos made by like people like Summoning Saul and like a Game Scout have made some pretty popular videos on Tetris. So it's gotten a lot more casual eyes on the scene. Like before, the way people would find the game was from the Classic Tetris World Championship, and so people were interested in competitive. But nowadays, people are just more interested in game crashes and rebirths because there's a whole different like casual audience that is a lot more interested now, which is kind of cool, and it's something I think the scene's been missing a little bit. We've had a lot of like really hardcore fans, and they've it's been really consistent. But now we've gotten a lot more people just out in the world that kind of know about Tetris, maybe casually. They don't maybe follow it. They don't watch the streams and stuff, but they just know about Tetris. And so, like, if you ask somebody about Blue Scuti, they might even know that too, which is kind of cool. It's been awesome to see the whole growth of the scene.
It has been wild, just people seeing my face in Scooty videos. They're like, why do you care about my face? I'm not doing anything. So Scooty, right? So you crash the game, boom, media explodes. What's been happening with you since then?
I mean, at the beginning, it was a lot of news interviews. That was definitely different. I'd say for the first 2 weeks, it was an interview or two a day, but after that, sort of calmed down. And recently, there was a documentary crew following me, leading up to the World Championship.
Oh, wow.
So that was definitely something very different, and I've never experienced anything like that. So
I would say most people haven't experienced anything like that. A whole documentary crew following you around, tournament to tournament, is that right?
yeah.
Wow. And how many tournaments did you go to this year compared to last year?
In 2023, I went to 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then this year, too many.
Too many to count, right? Yeah, yeah. That's wild. All the fame and fortunes coming in from the media, right? Did it ever get tiring? Did it ever get too much?
I mean, a little. Just I'd say towards the end of when the hype around the media was still there, it was definitely annoying to like come home from school and then do like an interview or two. Just
Wait,
sometimes it
school? You're in school, right? You're not a Tetris
What?
professional gamer. Is everyone in school? All right, everyone's in school. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. So coming home from school and having to do interviews, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, did anyone? Oh, okay. No, all right. I was like, oh. Okay, yeah, maybe graduating. All right, yeah, I hope you graduate. Yeah, get that degree. All right, so back to school. Doing those interviews nonstop for a few weeks. Jeez, and then a documentary crew. What's been your experience now, right? A lot of that, you've had a few months separation, things have died down, you know. I don't know if you're going for rebirth attempts as often as some other folks here, but what's it been like the last few months?
The last few months have been very calm. It's more of long-term stuff, I'd say, which is very far and few between. Yeah, it's a lot less stuff now. I want to focus more on like on the Twitch side of stuff. Yeah, it's definitely calmed down a lot, and I could just sort of play Tetris like when I want. I don't have to go to tournaments. It's like out of the gate. It's like, oh, you have to go to a tournament in 2 weeks now.
Yeah, you get time to recoup, right?
Yeah.
And time to, throw this tournament, right? Manage your own. That's kind of wild and different. I think you're the only one on stage who's been a TO. Is that right? At least in person, right? And then I think there's another TO on stage for some defunct, now extinct. Whoa, wait. All right, tell us about it, and then we'll circle back through for questions.
Yeah, so classic Tetris Brawl, something that hasn't happened since December of 2022, whenever we had the historic Winter Games. Very historic, actually. Yep. Still the world record for the biggest chase down in Tetris history, with I think over 1 million points scored by PixelAndy. So we definitely want to see more play like that. The scene is a lot different now in terms of who's the best. So we're definitely going to see a different, pool of players. Some still coming back, some new. We have the top 7 players in the world plus Sodium. So it's going to be, just another hype match, just another hype event. And Winter Games 2024 is something that we are planning and is 100% coming up. So stay tuned for that. And it should be honestly an amazing tournament, because last year, I guess 2 years ago, it was very fun, and it was definitely something that I don't think any event really did, in terms of we had like 4 events, all of them are different. So Winter Games 2024, be on the lookout.
There you go, classic Tetris Brawl, follow Dog, playing Tetris. Still dog playing Tetris.
Still
on
dog
Twitch?
playing Tetris.
Hasn't-
Not just dog yet.
Not just
yet.
dog yet. Hasn't abused it. All right. So do we have any questions in the room here? Yes. All right.
So I'm a reporter for the OSU newspaper, the Okali, covering this event. Can I get a quote from any of you guys on why Tetris? First of all, what year did this is off? What year did the original Tetris come out? Just then, like,
1989.
okay, thank you. Okay, so that's quite a ways back. What keeps Tetris, a puzzle game of all things, what keeps it popular today?
I'd say it's a game that's very easy to pick up. That you can pick it up and just start playing, and you can see that improvement. But as a top player, you can push this game so far, and you can, I don't know, you can push this game as there is no limits to this, so that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game it's interesting because it's difficult, but it's not difficult enough so that it's impossible to play. It gives you there's a goal that a lot of people go for called like a max out, where you get all 9s on the scoreboard, and that's a very achievable goal if you put in like a decent amount of time. So stuff like that, going for that achievement, and it's just a really clean and good game. This was the first Tetris game really released like out into the public, and it's still one of the best, I think, in my opinion. There's not any like weird gimmicks. There's just one next piece, and it's just a really simple game. But stuff as well, like the competitions, some hardcore fans really kept it alive throughout the early years, and that's led to a lot of interest in this game going forward.
Yeah, the reason why I think Tetris is so big and it has like continued on for so long, even after like 1989, it's mainly just like the simplicity of it. Like it's so simple. There's like 7 pieces, and they're like, but there's so much you could do with it. You know, like you can get better, and everyone is still getting better. Like we're all like still finding like new like spins or like tucks or whatever, or just like we're seeing things. Like our brain is like expanding, right? And it's so simple, but there's just so much you could do with it. That's what I would say.
I mean, yeah, they pretty much all said what I wanted to say. I mean, I'm not even saying that. Like, it's like genuinely, yeah. I mean,
That's not the question.
what drew me in? That's actually a good question. And I guess this kind of goes with your question, just because of how people get pulled in. It's just because you see headlines of the classic Tetris World Championship. You see a Tetris World Championship. It's like Tetris, like there's a championship for that, And then you click on it, and then you start watching, and you're like, wait, this is kind of cool. And then like you're all of a sudden like 40 minutes has passed, and you just watch Joseph win the championship, and you're like, yeah, I want to get into that as well. Just because of, I mean, yeah, Tetris, such a simple game. There's a lot you can do with it. Everyone knows what it is. Yeah, that's about it.
Great. Any other questions in the room?
I have 2 questions. One, what's your favorite Tetramino? And 2, what do you think about the new Rebirth?
My favorite Tetramino is definitely the Z piece, and I mean I think the new Rebirth is very cool, and it's another thing that I think a lot of people are gonna go for now that somebody else has done it, and
Yeah, mine is probably the S piece. It's got a lot of spins and cool stuff you can do with it. It's pretty interesting. And yeah, the Rebirth's cool. It's another goal. It's kind of the final goal to go for, going through every single level. It's kind of like it's a full circle moment. So I think it's pretty cool that we can do that now.
Yeah, for me, I haven't really thought about like my favorite piece. It would I really have no idea. Yeah, I can't pick one for that. I'm gonna be honest, but for Rebirth, I would say, I mean, it's kind of insane, honestly. Like, I was definitely one of the people who thought that like Rebirth at least would have like 10 chokes before like someone even got out of level 235. Like, I think it just happened so suddenly. Like it was a huge jump, especially when you look like the score world record too and the lines world record. Like it's just a huge jump. So I don't know. It's kind of like mind-boggling, I guess.
The best piece in the game is a long piece because you can get the Tetris, and and Rebirth. Honestly, like I'm not gonna say I fluked it, but like I don't know why like it even happened that day. Like I feel like everything kind of just everything fell into its right place. And the thing is, like you watch the game and it's like I made a lot of misdrops. Like it was not perfect. It was by any means, but I think the main thing that was able to get me Rebirth was just the fact that I was able to recover out of every situation. And Fractal actually put it very well in his reaction video, where he said I was choosing my misdrops very wisely. And it definitely was. My misdrops were honestly pretty easy to deal with. It was just basically extra garbage. And extra garbage takes more lines to clear, and there's nothing wrong with clearing lines whenever you're going for Rebirth, because that's the whole point. You're just lining out. So yeah, I think Rebirth. If I had to give a prediction for who would get it next, honestly, it just depends on whoever streams for it. So yeah, be on the lookout on twitch.tv. See some Tetris gameplay, and whoever streams the most is probably gonna get next. So yeah.
All right, we have time for one more in the room. Yes.
How do you all know that the playing field is level? Because not everyone is using the same hardware. Like some people are playing on NESs and some are like emulated, it looks like. So when you're watching a streamer, how can you be sure that everyone is like using the exact same game? I don't know. Does that make sense? Because not everyone's using the exact same NES. So like how do you just know that people are playing legitimately?
I mean, most of the top players nowadays use original hardware and a controller to roll. And we have different ways to like check if someone is like cheating or if they fake a score. There's been people who have done that in the past, but pretty much every top player uses just a standard NES, a NES controller, a CRT TV, all these things you could get back in 1989 when the game first came out. I mean, you can tell the difference from an emulator as well based on how good quality the screen looks. So like some people when first starting out, they'll try it on an emulator just to see if they like the game. But most top players transition to a console, and I guess most top players have also proven themselves in person, shown that they can do it like legitly in an environment like this.
All right, and we have some questions from chat here. Mario will read them out for us.
I got a couple here for y'all. Hi again. A cool question from Stolen Short Sword. What has kept you interested in the game for so long?
That's a good question. Off the top of my head, I mean, I would say that the game is still like pretty fun. At least whenever you're playing good, it's pretty fun. Whenever you're not playing good, it's actually kind of stressful. But yeah, I would say the game is fun. Also, I think the community is just great. And I was, having, for example, being able to go on stream on Twitch and just have a whole community there is definitely great and motivates me to keep playing. And there's like Scott Gray, K9, that motivates me to keep playing. Thank you guys, I appreciate it a lot. And anyone who donates to the prize pool, yeah, that's it's it sounds but it is I'm very grateful for people that decide to chip in even just a little bit into the prize pool. It really helps a lot for the players because at the end of the day, this is still a competition and it's extremely stressful and you have to train very hard every day. It's not easy to stay at the top level. So yeah, I would say those things keep me going.
Yeah. I think, for the most part, it is like just like the community aspect, Like I've made like a lot of friends in like the Tetris scene, and we're all playing, and we're all like trying to get better, and just community, like even like coming out to these events, you know, like you see like everyone that you know and the people, like new people as well. Yeah, it's just cool. Like I think we're gonna like bowling like later too. Like these are things that I come for, you know, like that's what keeps me going. And obviously competition as well. Like I want to win, so those are like the two main things. And I think that's for most Edge players.
Yeah, the community, that's the biggest thing. I've seen my friends competing in tournaments. I think I'm a competitive person, so I enjoy competing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'm the same. It's just the community aspect and the competitions. They're more of in-person meetups instead of competitions. But I'm still in it for the competition aspect.
Now, I know that we've addressed that Dog is the only one that has Rebirth so far, but if any of you, if any of you do get Rebirth, what's next after that? Like, what are your goals after that?
Probably focusing on other playstyles like DAS, world record or something, and I mean, yeah, there's always more to the game than like rolling and playing at the top level, and I say that'd be what I want to do in the future.
Yeah, after Rebirth, hopefully I'm a big enough streamer so I don't have to play Tetris, and I can move on to another game. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I haven't thought past Rebirth. I don't know.
Final question. Andy, what's a Jonzo? No answering? All right.
Well, wonderful. All of our players have been winning to this morning so far, so they need a break for lunch. So we're going to go ahead and call it here. Is there anything that you would like to say? Pass the mic down, like 15 seconds or less. Any last thoughts that you have?
Thank you everyone for coming out to Oklahoma. Everyone here, thank you. It's, every single regional event, makes me want to come back for more. All
right, that's 15 seconds. Sorry.
I got you right. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Finish up.
No, it's good.
All right.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, thank you, especially to like the contributors as well, like K9, Scott Gray. I don't even know. Someone probably did like 300, like right now.
Whoa. All right, I'll have to
saw
check that
that.
out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate everybody coming out. It's always great to do some in-person tournaments, and thank you to Scuti as well for let me stay in his place in Oklahoma. It's nice.
I want to give a special thanks to Pumpy Heart for helping all of this happen. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and hopefully tomorrow is just as good as it's been today. So
More Tetris than you can handle. We just it just keeps going, right? So we'll have the semifinals right after a quick lunch break. Let's get some food, let's get some water, and then come back for the semifinals. And then tomorrow another tournament, right? DAS tournament. We start over again. Tournaments all the time. So thank you all so much for being part of this panel. Thank you for showing up. We'll see you in 1:30. 1:30. All right. Excellent. Thank you.